Today, we face a new Bretton Woods moment.
Crisis has shown us that our old systems are not fit anymore for the 21st century. It has laid bare the fundamental lack of social cohesion, fairness, inclusion, and equality. Now is the historical moment, the time, not only to fight severe virus, but to shape the system for the need for the post-corona era. We have a choice to remain passive, which would lead to the amplification of many of the trends we see today: polarization, nationalism, racism, and ultimately increased social unrest and conflicts. But we have another choice. We can build a new social contract, particularly integrating the next generation. We can change our behavior to be in harmony with nature again. And we can make sure that the technologies of the fourth industrial revolution are best utilized to provide us with better lives. In short, we need a great reset.
Are you a believer? You talked about some of these exchanges, of course, are centralized. That's actually where been the breaking point in some of these. You look at an FTX or the like. Do you think an FTX situation or something like that would have been preventable if that was a business on U.S. shores?
Well, you know, it's a good question. I mean, frankly, I was and am quite furious about the fraud that is FTX and Sam Bankman-Fried. I probably haven't been that upset about an industry event since the bailouts of the too big to fail banks back in 2009. But you know, I do think that part of the dynamic we're faced with is that, yes, there is less of a clear path here in the U.S. And so there is, right, you know, an entity like FTX that largely operated more offshore, served U.S. clients. And yeah, we run into challenges that way.
The reason I ask, and I don't know if you saw the news this morning, FTX Japan is effectively reopening because apparently they have the cash on their balance sheets. We've heard Sam Bankman-Fried had said that was the case, and also said similarly about the United States version of it that was living onshore. That has not reopened yet, but perhaps there actually is money there. What do you think of that?
Well, you know, in the case of Japan, it is one of those jurisdictions where they did create a specific cryptocurrency regulatory framework. You know, I think potentially in this case, I actually don't know the details, whether there's actually assets there. It sounds like there likely are for these clients. You know, I would have to understand the details a little bit better, but that would certainly be a good thing if those customers are able to get their full assets back.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And you know I come back with that video just to make you think.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And guys, we see the new Bretton Woods moment and also the Great Reset. The legacy market is being tokenized and put on blockchain. And teamwork makes the dream work. We have Protocol, Immersive, and MasterCard partner to move USDC. And we know it's the chosen one. And we know stable coins are very important because they are the foundation. They're just tokenized fiat, but they can be programmed. And do we have the Bankman's FTX making a comeback? Guys, when you're looking at FTX, you're just watching a movie. And we know by the time it goes to trial, this case would have been forgotten. Now we have yield rates rising again. And what's happening to stocks and cryptos? They're taking a beating, and we know they're going to take even a bigger beating as the year goes on. But remember, guys, this is all part of the plan. The central banks have to destroy this legacy market in order to give the fourth industrial revolution rise. Well, the robots, algorithms, and drones take over the economy, pay each other with crypto, and the sheep are going inside the metaverse. They're going to get that free money airdrop. They have 3 to 6 months to spend it, or poof, it's gone. And remember, the Crypto Teacher told you, because he knows when it comes to the New World Order, it's all planned out. You have a wonderful day.
Look, this is a tough one to love. They're going to be down 77% on revenue if they just meet expectations.
Wow.
Now, yes, crypto winter might be thawing. We have actually seen a recovery in Bitcoin, but I don't think that we're still way below highs. And this is an area that doesn't do well in, quite frankly, evaporating liquidity, and that's exactly what's happening. We are seeing liquidity just going right out the door, and without that, you're not going to get flows. It doesn't matter what Coinbase tries to do, whether they try to move to subscription model, which is what they're trying to do. They're cutting they're cutting their workforce. I have never seen a company cut into greatness, so it'll be really hard to be excited about the space. And Coinbase may do what it can to survive, which is I think what they're trying to do. But until we know what's happening in the regulatory space in the U.S., that's a big question mark.
Higher the 2-year yield goes, the more likely we are headed into a recession. So does that mean you see that in the cards at this point? And so a recession does what to the markets?
I do, Mel. I think the soft landing scenario is because you couldn't disprove the data yet. In other words, you don't go from super fast to a recession in a tick. So it takes time to get there. So what we're basing our recession call on is the percentage of the yield curves that are inverted is at almost 87%. All you need is 55% of them to be inverted to get into a recession. Even the soft landings of 1966, 1995, and 2016, the composite leading economic indicators were nowhere near as weak as they are now. Anytime the LEIs have been here, you've gone into recession. And then lastly, not just the money supply, but the bank lending standards have tightened to a level that, and the loan demand for C&I loans are at a level that have been associated with recession. So to me, the data is there for a recession. We just haven't had enough time to get there yet.
Going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
It's Cryptoteacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get home stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing, they were still getting that free money. What are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID 33. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.